who hasn't had a chance to hold the Torah should be able to hold the Torah. If you haven't held the Torah, please hold the Torah. Once everyone has had a chance to finish holding the Torah, we need hang on. Let's see who's here. Who hasn't held the Torah yet? Come and take Torah. All right. Come on under. Everybody gather around. Under the chuppah. Come gather around. Come gather around. We need, has everyone held the Torah who wants to hold the Torah? Come gather around. We need, in the end, has everyone held the Torah who wants to hold the Torah? That's good. So we were listening. So we need, by the end, we need to pass this Torah on to Craig. No, are you going to do that? Donald is going to hold this, representing the board. Helene is going to hold one, representing the religious school and our youth. Pass one to Helene, please. If you think it's too heavy, then someone else can hold it for you. We have Joe Bad is supposed to be holding one. You're not holding it? You're going to do this? Donald's going to hold that. We have, is Harriet here? Yeah, there goes. Is Harriet here? Harriet is going to hold one.
Where's the fourth one?
We need the Torah. Make way. Everybody come around. Make way. Make some room over here. Come around. Come around. Lionel, could I have you here, please? Lionel, I need you. Lionel Eltis has been the longest member, has been the member for the longest of anyone in the world. And we wanted him to help us put up the Mezuzah.
He was a hammer man.
We come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we end this place in peace. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door each time we come. This ancient symbol, let me show you this for a moment. This Mezuzah looks like an oak that's in the backyard where our children play. That's been here much longer than even our congregation has been here. We've been here for more than 150 years in this spot since 1956. But this tree resembles our tree of life. Mr. Eltis. This ancient symbol speaks to us of our need to live by the words of God. We have fixed the Mezuzah to the doorpost of this synagogue with the hope that it will always remind us of our duties to one another as members of the household of Israel. May the divine spirit fill this synagogue, the spirit of love and kindness and consideration for all people. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, vitzivanu likboa mezuzah. You say, Amen. Which meant, praised are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe. You make us holy by giving us commandments. You commanded us to put a mezuzah on. Go ahead, bang on there. So, just like this sacred space is an effort of many people, and it took a lot of compromise, I don't know if you're familiar with the fact that when you put up a mezuzah, it says you're supposed to write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. So there was a debate among the rabbis. We're supposed to speak of them when we sit down, when we rise, when we come in and we go out. So if it's when we come in and when we go out, maybe the mezuzah should be facing this way to remind us that it's when we go in and when we come out. Another rabbi said, no, I think it's supposed to remind us of our obligations to God and tie us to heaven. So we have the people who are saying, tying us to God, and the people who are saying, when we go in and when we go out. And in a very unprecedented situation, we compromised, and so that's why a mezuzah slants instead of going this way or that way. It slants coming in. So please remember, when you come in or leave this building now, you can touch and kiss. Now, hold on, I'm sorry, I have to get in here, so that we can start this process. Virginia, where are you? We need you at your keyboard.
Oh, no.
Take a look over here. We need you at the keyboard. Are you ready? Wait one moment before you come in. We would like the elders to start walking in first, please, so you can have a seat. Elders, come in. And before we march our Torahs in, I need someone to call out a tekiah. And we're going to sing Ki Mitzion.
Oh, I just do it a cappella.
Ki Mitzion Tetzeh Torah. Ki Mitzion Tetzeh Torah. Udevar Adonai Mirushalayim. Baruch Shenatan. It's okay. Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan. Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael. Bekedushato. We sing Ki Mitzion because those are the words above the door of our new ark. For out of Zion goes forth the Torah. We sing it again. Ki Mitzion Tetzeh Torah. Ki Mitzion Tetzeh Torah. Udevar Adonai Mirushalayim. Let's put these up. That's Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato. Come on, stay standing. Stay. There you go. That's the new one. Let's see this one. Oh, this one first, please. And this one goes out. That's the tall one. Let's step aside. You guys stay up here. You guys stay up here. Stay up here for now. When the ark is closed, you may be seated. Yep. Yep, you stay up there. Yep. When the ark is closed, you may be seated. Gloria, come sit here. Mitch, come sit here. If you are on one of the committees that helped us make this sacred space, we invite you to please sit here. I will have many times and many opportunities to be able to sing in this sacred space and speak in this sacred space. But since we're beginning this new place, we begin with a blessing. Let's see, it's supposed to work. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheanu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Do that again. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheanu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. At this point, I would like to invite our Vice President, Dr. Donald Posner, to please come up. Oh, here, wait, we've got a microphone for you. We do. We have microphones for everybody. And it is on.
Can everybody hear me? Oh, good. No? Can you hear me now? Okay. Thank you, Rabbi. It is indeed a pleasure and an honor to stand before you this evening. I'm Vice President, which means I'm President-elect, and my one chore was to ensure that Craig had this finished before I started my duty. And I'm happy to say it's done. This has been a labor of love. You have no idea how many years this has been in the planning and work, and this has really been a lot of many hours of hard work and dedication to get this finished. I hope y'all all appreciate how pretty it is. It came out better than we could have even imagined. And we've got a lot of surprises for y'all tonight, for those of y'all that are here, and we're going to also recognize those that have participated in the past. As you know, as all building projects do, this ran over budget, needless to say, and so hopefully you'll look around and see how pretty and joyous and spiritual this place is. And so that being said, and this won't be the last time you're going to hear this, but we do need some more resources, and part of the Vice President's job is to encourage that. So in that spirit, I'm going to just let you know that Connie and I have decided to raise a little bit more money to help endow this, and our slogan for everybody, we hope everybody ups yours. So, thank you. So with that said, what I'd like to do tonight is to, for the Renovation Committee and those that have worked so hard, we have a little present for them, and what we have is a piece of the stone that's behind you, the Jerusalem wall, and they have a plaque on it that says something in Hebrew.
It says Va'asuli Mikdash V'shechanta B'tocham. That you could do the English.
Thank you. I can do that. Make a sanctuary for me, and I shall dwell within them. It says B'nai Zion congregation, renovation, dedication, and has it's the 28th of Adar, 5774, which translates to today's date. So without further ado, I'd like to recognize the current co-chair of the renovation, our president, Craig Toys.
Thank you, Don.
Also, Mitch Newstad is also the co-chair, and Mitch, thank you very much for all your hard work.
Thank you, and thank all of y'all.
Helen Batt was on the committee. We want to recognize her, and if you're not sorry. Bill Bronig, you were. Oh, Joe's here. I'm sorry, Joe. Bill Bronig. Thank you. Congratulations.
Mel is not here.
And thank you.
Mel is not here tonight. She couldn't.
Okay. Is Mimi Hussey here? I didn't see Mimi. No? Okay, Mimi was on it. Nell Kahn was on the committee. Can, yep. Fred Kent. Come pick up your piece of the rock.
If it weren't for Fred's dreams, we wouldn't be in here today. I want to point out that I'm talking to you now without a microphone. Can you hear me? Can you believe that? I can't believe that. It's part of what we did to fix the building.
Bernard Lobel.
Thank you, Bernard.
Gloria Meyer. Bethany Sarkey. She's in the kitchen cooking. All right. Where she always is. Rabbi.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. And Deborah Roth, our designer and architect du jour, and Miss Everything. So without further ado, I'm going to thank y'all all for showing up tonight. It's really been a lot of work and hard work and many hours. I can't tell you the people that I called out. When I'd come up here, they were always here for the last. I'm talking about the last 6 months, putting in 15 hours a day to have this done. And by their insight and vision, we're in a new sanctuary, and it's something to behold. So, thank you.
Mr. President.
Well, you have before you a souvenir, a wonderful souvenir. And it means so very much because we started 6 years ago on this project. And we've fired a couple of designers, or they fired us. We've had chairmen who have always been there for us. Bernard Lobel. Where's Bill Braunig? And they've never let us down. Huge support. And this was definitely a huge team effort. You know, we have something here that's kind of neat. Is he here? Jeff Efferson? Hey, there he is. Welcome. We're glad you're here.
So much. I appreciate it.
Super duper. We have a proclamation.
I'll be happy to read this on behalf of the mayor, and it reads, whereas B'nai Zion congregation has been a vital part of the Shreveport, Louisiana faith community for more than 150 years, and whereas the city of Shreveport recognizes that the Jewish community has been and continues to be an important and positive part of the economic, medical, legal, cultural, philanthropic, and educational strengths of our entire region, and whereas B'nai Zion congregation has been and continues to be committed to Tikkun Olam, taking care of the world and the people around us, and whereas B'nai Zion congregation and congregants have been, throughout its history, leaders promoting equality and tolerance, and whereas the synagogue buildings which B'nai Zion congregation have built have stood as historical and architectural icons in Northwest Louisiana, and whereas the modernization and improvements of the B'nai Zion building and property represents a commitment to and belief in the future stability of our community, now therefore I, Cedric B. Glover, Mayor of the City of Shreveport, do hereby proclaim Thursday, February 27th as B'nai Zion Dedication Day in the City of Shreveport, and urge all citizens to celebrate this joyous occasion.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And as I like to say, this is definitely suitable for framing. You know, and that's the thing. We look good for 150 years old. And interesting enough, 150 years ago, there's a picture of our first sanctuary, our first building. We spent $27,000 to build that entire building. The seats you're in cost more than that. That's what's so incredible. We have had, and as you can tell in this dedication booklet, wonderful people who have come up and given incredible pledges and donations. I'm happy to say that we mostly have it funded. I'm not afraid to say we could definitely use more funds. The congregation can always do it. And if you feel so moved, come speak with myself, Mitch, Fred Kent, and we have, when you enter through those side hallway there, one side is the old ark doors, so you'll be able to see what we had and what we have. We have bookcases going in underneath. There's still a few coats of paint and a few little things that we're going to have to knock out over the next week, but we're almost there. And on the opposite wall, we're going to have the donor wall, and the donor wall is going to recognize these wonderful individuals. There is still plenty of time and plenty of opportunity to not only make a contribution, and any amount is fine, but to also commemorate this special occasion. There's plenty of time to get your name permanently put on that donor wall, and it can be in memory of someone. We've had wonderful donations from people outside of our congregation who have stepped up and just said, you're an important part of our community. We want to make a contribution. We had a dear friend who was a member of your congregation. We want to make a contribution. So that is what people have come from all over to see what we're doing. That shows how important, how special we are. And this place is just a place. The place downtown across from the Scottish Rite building on Common, everybody knows that building. It's our building, even though it served a long time for a Catholic organization. And now it's sitting there empty, and we can't do anything with it. It's not us. It's where we were. This is where we are, and this is where we're going. It's y'all. It's us. It's this congregation that makes this room special. So, the LED lighting that's cooler and lasts longer and more energy efficient and less expensive. The wonderful springs in the seats that we tushy tested many, many times that should last us another 50 years. The incredible sound that we can have concerts in here if we want to. The video system that we have back there by the clock. And Mr. Roos is smiling on us right now. Okay, we have the clock. That video camera is tied into a direct link that will be able to be streamed online, so those of our congregation that can't come in will still be able to be with us for services. And for special occasions, bar mitzvahs, weddings, things like that, we'll be able to record from there. It's zoomable, digital, HD, really cool. Many, many features. We could not get the glass from downtown. It's not available to us. So we sketched it and replicated it and had a designer in New Orleans, with my sister-in-law Deborah's help, replicate what we were and where we're going and what we have. Some of the materials in here were used because they specifically give you sound qualities. And so there was a lot of engineering. We used a wonderful company, CC&D. We have representatives, Fred White Jr., we've got Niall Watley, who is our architect, but they don't count. No, they don't count. What I do have, and I'm going to use a list because I don't want to miss anybody, but we had a handful of true craftsmen. And when they're still with us, they're still here. They didn't go anywhere. But we had a couple of guys who really put their heart, soul, sweat, blood, tears, and even suffered through, 5 heart attack bypasses? Or was it 6? Was it 6 bypasses, Billy? Where are you? We've got Billy Pryor, Larry, I'm going to say your name wrong, Modez. Thank you. Sorry. Robbie Hines, Roosevelt. What's Roosevelt's? Rummels? J.W. Sloan, Marvin Foster. These guys are the ones that really made this thing shine. And in the relationship that we were able to, they put more than their paycheck into this place. And I'd like to give them all a big round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you all so very much. So, besides, I don't need to go through and explain all this, but if you have any questions, we would love to point out and show you that this stone was quarried in Hebron, Israel. It is where parts of the Western Wall, the Kotel, came from. This replicates part of that. It almost looks like you want to go and put your prayers in the walls, and it's okay to do that. You can, which is kind of neat. The water feature is soothing, so that when you have that yard site, you can sit out there and remember your loved ones. When we have our own eggs, we have our special occasions, we have some beautiful new furniture and a place to be together. And it's just a calm, wonderful, warm place that we can all be together. We have on the way down, because we have refreshments and everything else, and I'm not going to bore you with a lot more because there's so many things I'd like to share with you, and I will on request. We have a memento, we have a keepsake for everyone. We have a small piece of this stone with B'nai Zion and the date on it, complimentary, one for everyone, family, one for each family member unit, please. But if you would like to purchase more, they're $18. but one per family, please. $18. And Mitch will be down there. I'm available. Fred's available. And if you'd like more information on how you can help to make sure that we fund this thing 150% at least 100%. We're probably about 90% there. So we're close. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see all of y'all here. Thank you so very much for coming.
We will begin to have services here this Friday night, tomorrow night. You will get to see some more of what this new sacred space can do in action. But before that, I would like to say another prayer before you get to eat. I have a prayer and I have a song. A song and a prayer. Sounds good, right? Look around, by the way. Look who's here. This is a special thing because the blessing of this place is the people. I've said that from the very beginning. Prayer is, may the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love and all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. I don't know if you remember, many of you were here the last night that we worshiped in what we call now the old sanctuary. And Craig almost gave up the whole vision. We've been working on this for over 7 years. I found pictures of renovation ideas from 7 years ago. We've been working on this for a long time. And on our last day in May when we were worshiping in here, after service, Craig cried and said, I don't want to do it, I give up. Because I said most of the people in the room at the time were people who were here when we dedicated this building. And it had terrible acoustics and terrible light and boring walls, and it was ours. And we loved it anyway. And we loved it. And I was going to miss it anyway. I was sure that of all people, the kids were going to be the ones to say, oh, this is going to be cool. We're going to have a new sanctuary. And it broke my heart every time a kid would say, I don't want you to change the sanctuary for my bat mitzvah. It's the only place I've ever known my whole life. And it made me want to cry. And now they think that it's an awesome place too. So what we did then to remember what it felt like in the room with the terrible acoustics and the terrible lighting, what we did then was we sang the song that we have learned is the most important song that we sing. We sing the Shema. Ma Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. And I want you to do it again, and I want you to feel what it feels like for all of our voices together to be singing this prayer that says, listen, Israel, because that's who we are. Sing it again. Listen to how we blend. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. That's what it's about. It's about what we feel like when we're here together. I have one more song I want to share with you. Bless this house, for we are all together. Bless us all, we may not meet again. Think of all the happiness that we found here. Take it home and share it with a friend. Sing these words for me. Sing, come along. Come along. Sing a song, and we'll never say goodbye. And we'll never say goodbye. And we'll see and agree. And we'll see and agree. Friendships one need never die. Friendships one need never die. Bless this house. My message to you is inside the brochure, the booklet. There are so many things that we couldn't squish it all into one booklet. I hope that we didn't leave anybody's names out. As of this morning, that was what we knew of the donor list. But we've got time to fix those things. I am so, so thankful that you are here with us. What a blessing it is. Sacred space, sacred sanctuary, gathering place for all of us. Now, if we say a motzi, then we can go and eat some stuff. Would you help me? I don't have a challah with me. We forgot that part. So help me. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Please join us in the foyer. Mr. Mitch is going to see you along the way. So that, let's put romance again. Watch this. We can push one button and make it a romantic place. Abracadabra. Whoosh. It's a good place for a wedding, isn't it? Good place for a bar mitzvah. Good place for a birthday. Come tomorrow night. We're going to be celebrating my birthday. I'll see you down there. Mazel tov. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman